June the 1st, 2020. Guys, welcome to the start of the official hurricane season for 2020. Excuse my voice, I got a little head cold. What you're looking at are images from yesterday, last night, and this morning. What you're seeing in the bottom center of your screen is the system we've been watching. It's the ex-tropical storm Amanda, which again was a Pacific name. And so now this would go into Cristobal. It's an 80% chance of development now. What you're seeing is overnight the explosion over the Yucatan right there of the storm. Now it's still got one tail or 1 foot in the water if you look to the right of the Yucatan Peninsula right here, and I think that has a lot to do with what's feeding the storm. You see these trailers? Now it's going to be coming over extremely warm waters in the Bay of Campeche. Again, what you're looking at in the red and black images is nighttime, and that's what you're seeing. And then as you see the sun go down yesterday, overnight you can see the development start, and it intensifies. There was a lot of energy in that tropical storm Amanda. So as we go through the night and into this morning, you're going to see a slight drift to the left or to the west of the storm. Now, we're going to look at the National Hurricane Center also. They're giving this thing an 80% chance of development. And the models, the two best models that I've seen over the last several years is the CMC Canadian model and NavGem, which is the Navy model. And they're both putting this thing moving north into Louisiana, Texas. Remember yesterday it shifted slightly to the east, more along the New Orleans area. And this is going to change day to day as far as the path of this. But again, overnight development, you got a very concentrated area of low pressure right here, and the storms are just more or less exploding right there. Now, from a different filter from the satellite image, the blue clouds are the very high tops. The white clouds are lower level surface clouds, and you can see that the lower level clouds are moving north and east, and the upper level clouds are moving north and west. So somewhere in between this is where the storm's going to go. Now notice down into the south Texas area, clouds already popping up. You're starting to get some moisture and off along the coast. So all of my friends in Texas and Louisiana through this area, more than likely the moisture is going to be coming in on you guys first. And looking at the National Hurricane Center, as of 8 a.m. this morning, you have an 80% chance of development. You can see the location over the Yucatan. It says a large area of disturbed weather associated with the remnants of eastern Pacific tropical storm Amanda is located over the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. This disturbance is forecast to move northwest or northwestward over the southeastern portion of the Bay of Campeche later today or tonight, where environmental conditions are expected to be conducive to support development, and a new tropical depression is likely to form within the next day or so. Again, that would be Cristobal, Cristobal. So the system is then forecast to drift west or west-southwest over the southern Bay of Campeche through the middle of the week. Interest along the Bay of Campeche should monitor the progress of this disturbance. Now, guys, if you look at some of the models, and again, the two that I trust the most, Navy and the Canadian model, are showing that it's not going to linger very long in the Bay of Campeche, then it's going to move north. Let's look at those two models. This is the Canadian model, CMC, and what it's showing is a storm developing, moving to the east, and then back to the northwest, and it's returned to the original path from day before yesterday and coming ashore after it rakes the coast of Louisiana around the Texas-Louisiana coastline. Watch this. Right there. And you're basically over the Houston area by June the 8th. I just want to back it up a couple of frames here and show you this is June 7th. You're already getting a lot of wind and weather along the Louisiana coast. Go back another couple of frames. June the 6th, you can see where the storm's at, and it's storing a lot of moisture up across the Florida Panhandle into Alabama and Georgia, guys. And we'll let it play through. Moves up, and then it's caught up in the front and moves northeast. So You guys around Georgia and Carolinas, watch out for a little extra moisture as this thing moves out. And it's in this location over Tennessee and Kentucky by the 10th. Right there. Now let's look at the Navy model. Now these two models are very close again, going from NavGem, the Navy, to the Canadian model. Same thing happens. It pulls off into the Bay of Campeche, moves north, rakes the Louisiana coast, and then starts to come inland along that Texas-Louisiana border. And this one doesn't go quite out as far, but again, the timing is the same. Starting on the 6th through the 7th through the 8th, you're going to start getting winds and waves and flooding conditions along the entire coastline, as far as from the Panhandle to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. And we know this is going to change. It's changed 3 times in the last 3 days. Not a lot, but enough to matter to where the center of the storm would come ashore. But guys, we're watching this. You watch it. Sorry about the voice again. It's darn head cold. But we'll get an update on it as soon as they get an update and we start seeing some changes. You watch it. We're watching it. It's a heads up. Be safe.